Welcome everyone to my new video. Today we're going to be talking about the Necrolord Protection Paladin. Quite a bit of information for you guys, so without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, we have Imeni as our soulbind of choice, where she gives us lead by example. So every time you pop your Covenant ability, you gain 5% strength and you gain, or give, sorry, 4 nearby allies 2% of that primary stat for 5 seconds. You also gain an additional 2% strength for each ally, so pretty strong, right? Going down into the endurance conduit, where you will pick up Resolute Defender. Just enables Shield of the Righteous to extend Ardent Defender's duration and reduce its cooldown. Going into Ameni's Ambulatory Flesh, this is incredibly strong and I think by far the best or second best ability on her soulbind path. It just allows you to get full use out of your fleshcraft, getting the 20% DR while channeling it and ensuring that you always get that 40% absorb 40% of your max HP as an absorb shield, right? So you never lose out. You can do it on the move. Incredibly strong. Going down into a finesse conduit, of course, light spotting, getting a longer pony time. Then the next choice is up to you. You can go for the kidney hearthstone. I don't find it that useful in combat, where the cartilaginous legs is really nice, especially when you take full damage. So for instance, with dealer, you know you're going to be taking full damage, or you have a route that enables you to skip something, but you take a bit of full damage because you're jumping from a high point down to a lower point. Just incredibly helpful. And then, of course, my personal favorite, Divine Call, reducing your Divine Shield's cooldown every time you take damage, and it can only occur every 30 seconds for me, that is, at least. And then, definitely, the first potency slot that we get is for a Righteous Might, right? This is essentially just changes your Vanquish's Hammer into a massive damage dealing ability, and then it also heals you for 50% of the damage done, so it's pretty nice. Gristle Toes increases your movement speed for each enemy nearby, so helping you to dodge puddles or whatever bad that you may be standing in while fighting enemies. And again, I think of the very first pull in the other side, where the scribes and those blossoms and everything is just all over the place and you have to constantly be dodging things. Incredibly strong right there. Our second potency slot is again Vengeful Shock, uh, allowing your Avenger's Shield to hit to give a debuff to the target, causing them to take more holy damage, right? Which is basically your entire arsenal. Down into Soul Slow or Slew. After standing still for 5 seconds, the next time you move, you'll gain a 20% increased movement speed, and this is granted to your allies as well. Note that you will uh, have it up for the full 10 seconds, and you won't be able to stand still within time that you have this movement speed increase. So incredibly strong for after you finish a tormented boss where everyone's just standing still trying to collect their powers. Poof, you guys head off and everyone's increased movement speed by 20%. Incredibly strong. Into our third and final endurance conduit, I like condensed animosphere here. Just taking damage recuperates or restores rather a decent portion of your health every 10 seconds, right? And then going into the final trait is Pustule Eruption. So Fleshcraft covers you in 3 pustules every second that you channel it. And because we have Imeni's Ambulatory Flesh at the top, allowing you to cast on the move, this ensures that you always get maximum value out of this talent as well. So when you take damage or you heal, you will then deal damage to nearby enemies and heal nearby allies, right? And this also counts towards when you heal yourself, as you are the tank, you'll be being healed by the healer constantly. But also, if you heal yourself, it will consume one of these stacks. So incredibly strong. Looking at our talents, pretty much the standard build that I've been telling you guys about. This is my personal favorite. I mean, without Final Stand, you just won't be able to use Divine Shield at all, right? Because you're just going to be dropping aggro. I mean, there are little things that you could do to not drop aggro, but it's just a very dangerous button to be pushing otherwise. Then looking at our legendaries, notably your Bulwark of the Righteous Fury, if you do have this. Now, I must add that when you do use Vanquish's Hammer, it leaves a buff on you. So the next time you use Word of Glory, you will throw a free Shield of the Righteous, right? So if you have this legendary equipped and you throw out your Avenger Shield and you have that increased damage on your Shield of the Righteous, if you then do throw out a Vanquish's Hammer and heal yourself, the free Shield of the Righteous that you get from your Covenant ability will use the damage buff, right? But it won't consume it. So you gain double benefit, essentially throwing out your shield, getting the buff of this legendary, using a heal on yourself or a party member, proccing that free Shield of the Righteous that will do the damage of this legendary plus the 25% increased damage that it gets from the legend. So pretty strong. And then the very next Shield of the Righteous that you throw out will still be able to benefit from this legendary. So very strong combination there. Personally, I have been trying out the duty bound gavel, pretty strong. It gives you an additional charge of this, which also gains you gain holy power from this. It's really nice. Notably, now with the legendary, you actually have two stacks. So if I was to use this on an enemy, instead of having one holy word that would proc a shield of the righteous, I would have the ability to use two holy words and I could get two shields of the righteous. I just want to note that your three shields of the righteous that you get from your covenant ability does not add towards your um, shining light, right? That gives you a stack of let's have a look here, actually not talking out my ass. Yeah, shining light. So every 5 shield of the righteous. So the free shield of the righteous that you get does not add to this. However, I do want to make you aware of the fact that you gain 2 stacks of this. So I mean, we know that in 9.2 we're going to be able to use a covenant legendary along with a class legendary, right? So I'd say this, in conjunction with your Bulwark of the Righteous Fury, will be pretty juicer because you gain that extra damage from this legendary when proccing your free Shield of the Righteous. And then, of course, having an additional charge, meaning extra holy power. It's on a 30-second cooldown. And of course, every time you use this, you have 5 seconds of increased primary stat from Imeni. Notably, also, the using these both charges refreshes the 5 seconds of primary stat that you get. So I would suggest rather to then throw it, wait for the 5 seconds to fade, then throw your second one. Right? Otherwise, you're just going to refresh and you're going to be losing out on. It's a bit min-maxy, but you're going to be losing out on the full 5 seconds that you gain from lead by example from Imini. But yeah, in a nutshell, pretty strong. Oh, I nearly forgot. There is the anima power in Torghast if you are going to be running Torghast to get renown or whatever the case may be. I have made a bug report of it, but the anima power that reduces Vanquish's Hammer's cooldown does not work at this moment in time. Hopefully they do finish it, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I would steer you clear of using that animal power if you do enter Torghast. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Will really help me out, and I do appreciate it a lot. I will definitely be making more guides in the future. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys have a lovely day further. Take it easy, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one.